everyone, we're the ECB team, and today we're going to react on Eurovision 2026 semi-final 2. Let's get started.
Let's get started.
So this time, just before rehearsals, we're gonna try, and it's actually trying, predict who will qualify to the final from semi-final 2. A quick reminder that 15 countries will compete in that semi-final, plus 3 automatic qualifiers who just not fighting for the spot. If we focus only on the semi-final countries, the running order will be as follows. Opened by Bulgaria, Azerbaijan, Romania, Luxembourg, Czechia, Armenia, and Switzerland closing the first half. And as for the second half, we'll have Cyprus, Latvia, Denmark, Australia, Ukraine, Albania, Malta, and Norway closing the show. So the way we will review it will be, first of all, focusing on those that we both agreed will qualify. And let me reveal, we have 9 countries that both of us agreed will qualify. Thereafter, we will discuss some countries that both of us agree won't qualify, and we'll wrap up the debate with those that one of us actually believe will, and another one won't believe they will qualify. All right, so the first country we'll discuss this time will be Australia. Vani, why do you think Australia will qualify?
Because I believe in Delta Goodrem. She's a diva. Her energy is just very awe-inspiring. The song is the perfect jury bait, I can say. And I also believe it will do very good in the televoting, in the semifinal at least, because it's very direct, has a nice way of progressing, also has the keychains. I think the keychains is pretty much of a boost for this kind of songs. And her vocals are amazing. She's one of the most established artists of the show. I think Australia is back in the final after 2 years of non-qualifying. And I'm really in for it. Okay, so go Australia.
Yeah, I think it's a contender to be top 3 of the semi in the even the overall. She will do better with the jury, let's not ignore it, but I think she's a really good performer, one of the most experienced and seasoned performer of the evening. The song for me is really good. I think that's the way to do a power ballad. I can already see her like by the piano with some good visuals. That's how I see it. I'm not sure that's the truth, but yeah, I'm not worried for her, not about the running order position, for example, not about friendly voting. And yeah, I think it's time to see Australia back in the game, back in the final. See no problems for that one to proceed. There are some ballots in this semi, so it's not an easy task to be a ballot and qualify for semi two. But I think this one is one of the safest. All right, the
Yeah.
second country we'll discuss will be Denmark. Vani, why do you think Denmark will qualify?
I think Denmark has actually gotten to the right direction. This song has international music all over itself. I do think that many people will appreciate it, even as a radio song, but mostly as a performance song for Eurovision. It will have no problem, of course, qualifying to the final. Can even be a contender to win the competition or the top five or something. Um, Yeah, I do think this is a very nice path Denmark has taken this year, which we didn't actually get used from them because they tended to have a bad record in 2020s. And this year can be a start for a new Denmark, a new dawn, maybe. And yeah, I'm very happy for Denmark, and I do believe they will have no problems in qualifying for the final, of course. And best of luck.
Yeah, I must say I'm a big fan of that one. It's one of my favorites this year. I think it's really catchy. It's modern. The production is on point. Vocals, at least on the national one, were really good. I can't ignore this aquarium or box or whatever you call it. It's really a nice visual to catch in. The dancers also contribute a lot. Song is really like has the recipe to be a popular one. And let's not forget it's in local language, which for me adds a lot of points on that one. I think, yeah, finally Denmark is a competitive country or with a competitive song. Last year was also a good one, and they finally qualified. And now, like, they won't only qualify, I think they will even do much better. Also, as I said, for Australia, I think it's one of the contenders to be top three of the night. I can see actually the jury liking it, but also televote, which is a good start because if you can, do good in both of them, then yeah, that's a good formula to even win the context. I don't know. I'm not sure whether it's a contender to win. I wish it will, but yeah, for qualifying, easy yeah. All right, the third country is Ukraine. LELÉKA with a red name. Vani, why do you think Ukraine is in the game?
Ukraine is a traditional powerhouse in Eurovision. They are the only country which participates since 2004 and still has the active 100% record of qualifying to the finals. I don't think this year could be an exception. This song is calm. It will definitely find its audience and Ukrainian diaspora as well, which is vast. And I also believe this one will do very well with a jury as well. It has a lot of artistic potential. Even though it's not my cup of tea, it will definitely be many jurors' cup of tea. Especially, I think the older members of the jury, I can say. And yeah, I definitely believe Ukraine can qualify and do well in Eurovision again. The atmosphere is pleasant about that entry in general, I think. So why not?
I know the roots still carrying water, and I know that Ukraine still carry itself to the final. That's how I'll summarize that one. She's a really good one. She's one of my favorites as well. I think the song has some quality of Disney ballad, but not the one that we are tired of. But I think she's a really good vocalist, especially the long high note in the end. That's a crazy one, and she smashes it each time I have heard her doing so or trying to do so. The Rhine Goddard is also a good one. She's quite towards the end, and I think it's good for her to be actually both after Australia and Denmark because at least for me the level of competitiveness goes a bit down after that entry. So many may remember in that one. I think it's a bit risky choice for Ukraine because it's not a classical televote magnet as a song, but I do think that we'll see the sympathetic votes and also the one that actually really like classic music or high quality performance. And I'm between them, I must say, I really like that one. So I can see her like proceeding without a problem. Maybe as well top three of the semi as you Australia and Denmark. Um,
Yeah.
and let's not forget yet two things. First of all, Ukraine has always qualified as for now. And second of all, they are one of the masters when it comes to staging. And I think that their staging was already good. So if it's even improved, then we're in a really good situation. All right, the fourth country we both agreed will qualify is actually Bulgaria, Bangaranga. Vani, why do you think Bulgaria is in?
Um, Bangaranga itself is enough, I guess. This song has a very nice earworm stuff that is actually not really common when it comes to female singers in Eurovision. It mostly happens for male entries. And it also opens the semi-final, which means that it will definitely pop up the viewers and start the party. And of course, they could vote for it. And I don't know, I mean, it also has some friendly countries like Albania, Cyprus, Romania, that could be even United Kingdom. The Haya diaspora could support this one. And yeah, it's a pleasant song, has a virality effect. So I do believe that the televoters will definitely save this one. Not sure about the jury success. I do believe in juries. It could be out of the top 10, but of course, a qualifier from the televote section, it's too party to not qualify. It's too Eurovision to fail.
Mhm. Yeah, I must say, yeah, I wasn't certain about that one a month ago, but afterwards I was really confident she will qualify. I think maybe the national final performance wasn't a good one because, I don't know, the staging size and maybe preparation weren't on point, but she's a really good performer. To be a Bach performer is not an easy task at all, and she actually does it really good. We also have seen it in some of the pre-parties. I really like the tiny revamp they have done. We have seen it in via the video clip, so the production feels like more sharpened. The fact that it opens the semifinal will help it a lot, I think. Even though on other hand, you might think that it might be forgotten by the end of the night, but I don't think so. Especially with the choreography, and I know there are like kind of strong record staging director behind that one. So I'm quite positive about that one. And yeah, welcome back Bulgaria once again. Looks like a really good comeback, I must say. I'm happy they're there. Yeah, so I think they're in. All right, the fifth country we both agreed will qualify is actually another returnee. This is Romania, Alexandra Capitanescu. Vani, why do you think Romania will qualify?
It rocks. It's just it's the atmosphere of the song, the concept. It's extreme, and usually these quirky entries tend to advance to the final in Eurovision. I'm very happy about Romania's comeback in the contest, and I'm pretty much sure it will qualify from both sections, televote and in jury, because it has the virality effect as well. I do think it can appeal a lot to a lot of generations, actually, not a younger one only, because it combines rock, opera, metal, statues, pop. The atmosphere is edgy, so I guess it has a various effect. And yeah, I can see a reason why it wouldn't advance to the finals. So it's an easy one for me.
Yeah, I like it a lot, by the way, and I think it will qualify. Yeah, first of all, because rock songs, when they're well executed, and this one is well executed, can really qualify without any problems. So I think this is the case. I must say that the third position is not a perfect one, but it really comes after Azerbaijan, which suggests a really different mood. And there is Luxembourg just after that, which is also really different. So I think like the producers really emphasize that one when it comes like to the running order, even though the position is not the perfect one. Yeah, I won't classify as a quirky one, but I think yeah, it might like speak to many generation, the young one. I can see this song even a TikTok friendly, even though it's a rock song and not a pop one. I think that guys and girls, etc., and many people in the 13 or 40 age also will like it because it reminds a lot of like really good female rock singers or bands like Paramore, for example, etc., that we had in the 90s or I don't know, even 15 or 10 years ago. So yeah, I think it really has good chances to qualify. I like it. And yeah, that's a good song. All right, another one we both agreed on is Norway. Vani, why do you think Norway is in?
Um, I adore his energy. It's very positive. The yeah, it's like a party happening on stage, and it's definitely a stage song. It can hook the arena. I am not that sure it can hook the televoters and the jury, especially the jury. But I do think it will be capable enough to qualify for the final, mainly because of his attitude, his aura is it's so important how to know how to pose and be on TV. And Jonas definitely has this talent as well. And yeah, it's very helpful that Norway is closing the semifinal, of course, because it's definitely a fresher one to remember, especially after the semifinal voting lines open after the show, actually, and not from the first song. So it matters a lot. And yeah, I do believe that Norway is an easy finalist on the televoting section. It will probably be enough to save them overall.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Norway has done quite good in recent years when it comes to qualification, at least.
Mhm.
Their recent non-qualification was 2016, 10 years ago, and ever since then they have always qualified. I think that's like a really bold rock song. Once again, Romania is also a rock song, but they are both sparse from each other. Position third and the 15th position. Closing the semi is also almost always a blast. Like we know some songs that haven't qualified from that position, but usually you can qualify. Um, Also, Norway is a I don't want to say televote magnet, but they usually get more support from the televote. They're almost always televote qualifiers. Even in 2011, they haven't qualified, but they were among the top 10 of the televote. And yeah, even some years, many people thought, no, we won't make it, etc., and they have made it. I think he's really charismatic. He's a good looking. He knows how to communicate with the audience, with the camera. I agree with you that it's mostly stage song and not for sure like a strong audio cut. I just My only fear is that in the MGP or in the Melody Grand Prix we have autotune, so I want to hear him like natural as with not getting any help. I think he will make it. So as for now, I think it will qualify. All right, the next one we'll discuss is Albania. Vani, why do you think Albania will qualify?
Of course, the show needs a traditional Albanian song with a deep message about the mother. There's a song about mother and there's a song about Mother Nature in the semifinal. And I do believe that the mom will prevail in this battle. And it's Albania usually does well in Eurovision when they want to take it seriously and not send songs like Titan or Fairy Tale in 2016. So I can believe them. I do believe for a good result, even actually, not just a qualification, because it's the Balkan song we need in the final, and it has more of Balkan flavor. It's similar to Croatia, maybe on the aura, but they're in different semifinals, so I don't think Albania will struggle at all. Can do decently in both sections. Televoting and jury can both support it like sixth to seventh place, so it will not have any problem for me.
I'm not 100% confident on this qualification, but as for now, I tend to agree it will qualify. I just think that the key factor here, to be honest, is staging. If the staging remains the same as in Festivali Kangas, then it's not good news. I'm sorry, because it was too distant with the black sunglasses,
Mm.
spinning camera, almost no eye connection, nothing really interesting happened on stage. I've heard or I've read actually that they might update or modify, call it as you wish, the staging concept. Even there are some rumors that maybe his mother will be on stage. I'm not sure whether it's gonna happen, but let's be positive on that sense and say that the staging will change. Regarding vocals, there is no doubt he's one of the best male vocalists of the season, I think, if not the best, to be honest. The song is strong. I think that some people might think it's a bit heavy, but yes, some of them won't. I also quite positive on that one because there are some Balkans countries that usually vote for that one. We know that Cyprus, Bulgaria, Azerbaijan, for example, probably will vote that one. Let's not forget Switzerland, that has a large Albanian diaspora. Also in Austria, we have some Albanian diaspora, I believe, and they are one of those that vote for that one. So yeah, I can see them qualifying actually. But once again, if and only if staging is on point. If not, and we'll revise it once we have some of the rehearsal snippets, then we might see. But as for now, I will stay positive. And I like Albania in general, so yeah. All right, we have two more countries left on the agreement section. Next one is also something about mothers, even though it's a tiny one, is Czechia. Mother, I don't know if I have a map, etc. This is Daniel Žižka with Crossroads. Maybe I'll start this time. So this one I wasn't certain at all, to be honest. I think I have started to be positive since the Amsterdam pre-party, because we have seen him for first time performing live, and vocals were really good. Let's face it, it's a risky song. It's a song that it's really hard to perform for, I think, any performer, not only Daniel, but Daniel smashed it as for now. The reason why I'm a bit afraid, I must say, even though my prediction is qualifying, is because it looks like that something not that good is going through the Czech delegation in recent years. I don't know, they don't really suggest good staging, even though some of the song selection were good enough, at least for me. But Adonis as well, something didn't work there. Vocals also didn't work there. I call I adore her and I like almost any song she releases. But yeah, we have seen that staging wasn't enough. Probably she has almost made it. So yeah, we have to remember that about Czechia. Uh, but I think he's a really good performer. My bet here is just that he will, impress enough the jury to proceed. I'm not sure about the televote section because the song has like, not a very specific arrangement. The melody is sometimes too basic for some people. It's a song I think that it's a bit avant-garde, but I like that style. It's in my top 10 I can reveal. So I think the fact that it's a really good performer might maybe help. I want to believe the staging will be good, unlike last year, for example. And another maybe reason to be positive is that on one side, I think the running order isn't perfect because he's just after him. We have friends, which for sure will create a momentum stage, but he comes after four female vocalists. We have there Bulgaria, Azerbaijan, Luxembourg, Romania, sorry, and Luxembourg, and bringing a male, performer might change the wind somehow and might even make it bolder for him. So as for now, let's say positive and say he will qualify. Vani, why do you think is him?
I will agree on some parts with you. After the Amsterdam pre-party, the chances are even higher for me as well. That vocal range is so big. I have to reveal that Daniel Žižka is probably my favorite male artist of this year. I'm so happy to see him in Eurovision. I knew him before Eurovision. His music is so chill, and Crossroads is exactly like his music in general. And I'm very happy that he stayed loyal to his genre and didn't try for something too Eurovision recipe. And he is phenomenal, and the vocals are amazing, of course. So I think the jury will eat this up, definitely. So it will be enough. I think the televoting indeed will not support him that much. Unfortunately, Czechia
Agree.
doesn't do the best in the televoting recently, or generally, I must say. Even with Vesna, they only got 35 points in the final, which was a kind of fun favorite. So it's hard for them. It's difficult for them to. But on the other hand, I believe for Czechia. I'm happy, and I of course believe they will qualify. They deserve it, and I think it's a very amazing entry, and it would be a shame not to qualify.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's one of the top quality songs of this year, so I hope it's in. All right, the last one we both agreed on, or at least we think we agreed on, because I must say I'm still not certain of my list. I'm so sorry, but this semi is so difficult to predict. What the hell? The next one is Cyprus, Jala. Vani, you go first. Why do you think Jala will make it to the final?
Yeah. As a continuation to my previous comment about Daniel, I think Antigoni is my favorite female artist this year. Not the song as a song, because there are better songs than Jala, but I think that her energy, her aura is breathtaking. She will definitely surprise a lot of people in Vienna. I'm very sure about that. Her aura matches the song definitely. It's finally some Cypriot representing Cyprus. It's very important. And she follows the Cypriot culture. And I do think that the song will definitely show this off. I also heard a rumor that she's going to drive a car during the performance, and I really hope it doesn't happen because it's so unnecessary. But out of that, I'm pretty sure it will do good in the televoting. Not sure about the jury votes again. Cyprus has been low in many jury occasions, like Andromachi, or even usually. This song also has many Cypriot elements, and I really hope the jury actually supports this one. And yeah, I tend to believe it will qualify. It's a 75% for me.
Mhm. I'm not sure about that one at all, must say. When I made the list, it was the last or second to last entry which I sneaked in, to be honest. I do see a room when it's actually a surprising non-qualifier. Let me say it from now on. because I'm not sure about her as a performer. I don't know, maybe it's a personal taste matters. I'm sorry, there is no intention to hurt anyone, not the viewers, not the artists, not the songwriters, anyone. But I think that the colors of her voice, which is like in mostly low register regions, is not really fit to that kind of energy or boppiness or of the song. And I think that the chorus is like too basic with Jalla, 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 and that's it probably. So yeah, I think that it might be one of the cases when there is a gap between expectations and reality. I'm not sure. We know that Cyprus actually is one of the best countries in performance execution when it comes to staging, to be honest. Whether they just hire the right people or just take it seriously, I don't know, but we must credit them for that. I think her running order position might help because she opens the second half and yeah, there is like no that similar songs to her, maybe besides Bulgaria. But yeah, as for now, I just see that the song gets a lot of love from the community. Also in the odds, it's quite nicely. So I want to be positive on that matters, but I'm saying in advance that if in rehearsals we see that something is not on point, that I might change my mind. So this one, I'm really 50-50 to be honest. I wish her good luck. I wish good luck to Lovely Cyprus, but I'm not sure about that one. Once again, just a flavor of song that usually, when executed good enough, does well with televote. That's why I do believe it's in. But I agree with you that I'm not agree about the jury support here. And also, yeah, to be honest, the fact that we also have Bulgaria, it's a bit of problem because I think that out of those two, Bulgaria might do better, to be honest. So that's what I think. All right. So overall, 9 countries we agreed on, which is actually huge in that wide running order in semifinals. Sorry. Now let's move on to the negative section. Sadly, countries that both of us think won't make it. And the first one I want to go over is actually Azerbaijan. Vani, why do you think Azerbaijan won't make it?
Well, unfortunately, Azerbaijan has entered their worst period in Eurovision since 2023, especially. They hardly get points, not that they qualify. And it's really sad because honestly, Azerbaijan used to be a powerhouse in Eurovision, and I'm pretty disappointed. Uh, I am not. I don't believe the song is bad actually. Um, and so, uh, but honestly, yeah, I tend to believe Azerbaijan will not qualify mainly in the televoting section. Uh, I do believe the jury could support it a bit more because juries have shown Azerbaijan some more appreciation than the televoting, but still, I don't think it's enough. Also, 10 songs have to qualify. I mean, it's definitely more fit of being in the other five that will not qualify. This semifinal is a bloodbath. I'm very sorry for Azerbaijan, though. I really hope they qualify next year.
Yeah, that's a sad, long story, to be honest. I think they do really have done, sorry, actually, really poorly in recent years. Most of the cases, the song weren't really strong, to be honest, so I wasn't surprised. And also last year, they have qualified was 2022, but here this twist, it was with zero televote points. So they actually qualified only thanks to the jury. Um, which means that overall, yeah, they struggle in televote in recent years. I think the problem with the song is that it's a bit dated. I can't ignore it. The fact that it's also from Azerbaijan in the sense that it doesn't have like automatic support for some countries, let's face it. It's not like the Nordics that support each other or I don't know. Um, the song is not competitive enough, let's face it. I mean, it's not a bad song at all, but when it comes to Eurovision, if you go with ballad, no problem at all. But do like really with the bold ballad, ones that people will remember, bring some big moment to the stage, do something more convincingly. I know they have worked on a revamp, which probably will push through more the Azeri Turkish parts, let's call it. So it will be even more ethnic. But let's wrap up with the fact that it's in position number two, which is usually not that good to succeed. So I think like it doesn't or it hasn't, sorry, had already some chances, and now the producers has officially killed it with the running order. So yeah, for me it's a lock and Q. Sorry. Sorry, Azerbaijan, really from the bottom of my heart. The second country we both sadly agreed won't qualify, again in a very not specific running order, is Luxembourg. Vani, why do you believe Luxembourg won't make it to the final?
To begin with, Eva Maria is a lovely person. She's such a sweetheart. And I'm honestly really sad to say that it might not qualify for the final because it's a very pleasant song. However, I do think it's too weak, maybe, to stand out. It's going to the spectrum of non-competitive, unfortunately, because some songs have to go there. I repeat again, second semifinal for me stronger than semifinal one. If it was a semifinal one with Belgium and with other countries that could support it more, uh, could have chances. Now I do believe Luxembourg is almost certainly out of the final, and it will be the first time for them to stay in the semifinals. They will experience a feeling too. And however, I would really be happy if they qualified. And yes, especially the televote will make it rank even lower, I think. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mostly agree with you. I don't have much negative things to tell about that one. I just think that it's not bold enough, and it's in also like in a position number four in the running order after Romania, which for sure like will be much bigger. Think just the song does everything good on average, you know what I mean? Staging is just okay, the song is just okay, vocals are okay. I can't say like she's a crazy vocalist, I'm sorry. Production like it's okay. And to be honest, those kind of songs that are just just on point and nothing beyond, usually tend to not to do well at all, because they don't have some, enough traction, or they don't get enough attention, or don't do something even risky in some sense to grab attention. So for sure in the televote section, I'm worried. Some jury might support it here and there, but once again, it's a tough semifinal, and even to be, I don't know, eight, for example, it's a challenge. So yeah, I think it's out very sadly, but that's how I see it. All right, another one we both agreed is actually out, and let me say it's breaking my heart, but is Veronica Fusaro from Switzerland with Alice. Vani, why do you think Switzerland is not likely to qualify?
Yeah. It also breaks my heart. It's exactly the same thoughts as you in this one. Uh, it's a very good song for me, one of the best actually. Um, Unfortunately, in this case, I do believe that it could have been stronger. It will definitely have its audience, especially people from the who listen to grunge, to rock songs, to this progressive rock. I do believe Anouk fans will like it, as we are too. Um, but on
You
the
know,
other
it's a really
hand,
interesting point, by the way. Why do you
yeah.
connect those two? Actually, I'm curious to hear.
I do believe that Anouk's song Nobody's Wife, or even her Eurovision song Bird, has a very similar aura to the song of Veronica. And but yeah, this is a bit of problem because Anouk was famous in like the late 90s, while this is 2026. So I do believe the song would have done greatly on the 90s or the early thousands, but now I'm not sure if people can appreciate it enough. I do believe it will get good support from the jury. So I will leave the qualification window open. It's not a complete non-qualifier for me. And I do hope that Switzerland actually qualifies and proves us wrong.
Lovely. So it's in my top 10 of the semi, and actually almost in the top 10 of the overall ranking of the whole contest. I like this one a lot. I stream that song every day, by the way. I think the message is lovely. It has many patterns. It's really sophisticated one. Many people think it's just basic, but it's not. Believe me, it's not. We have also have seen her performing in one of the Swiss TV shows. She was amazing there with kind of a boy band behind her with some graphics, wearing kind of black jacket if I'm not wrong. So I think it's a good one. I'm not worried about her. I think she will deliver. She will be excellent as in the studio cut, but I just struggle to see enough people voting for that one. I'm mostly hopeful about the jury voting. I don't know. Maybe if she's like 11th in televote and 5th with the jury, something like that, maybe that can be her path to qualify, which is will be already a good start. But problem is that this semifinal is really strong, to be honest. And I also have many songs that I can imagine as being supported by the jury, and we know jury can't, support a lot of them. Also, not all the ballads. It's not a ballad, but just as a case. So yes, sadly, honey, don't cry. I think that's what I'm going to tell myself when I see her not qualifying. But really, I hope I'm wrong. I rather laugh at this prediction rather than having not having her in the final. But yeah, sadly, I think she's out. All right. Another one, and maybe the last one we both agreed on as non-qualifier. And to be honest, I'm still not sure about that one. I just had some doubt between that one and another one, but it's Malta Aiden with Bella. I think it might be surprising for many viewers. Vani, why do you think Malta won't qualify?
Indeed, it could be a surprise for the viewers, because I think most people have Malta as an almost certain finalist. Uh, I guess they can get a good jury support, but honestly, not all songs can get a good jury support. Um, I'm not very positive about that one, I have to confess. It's a song that is a bit boring, in my opinion, and I do believe that many people, especially from the young generations, will agree with that comment. So, yeah, Malta qualified last year, barely qualified with a song that made much more buzz than Bella. And so I think it will be difficult for them. If they qualify, which is also a possibility because I don't rule it out, of course, it will be due to the jury support. But I don't really think Malta will qualify for now.
Thank you. So I'm not sure that, but even I think that's really putting me at the 50-50, but and not as an expression, but really that's how I see it. I think on one hand, it's towards the end of the show, which is a good thing because it won't be canceled by many entries coming later. Problem is that, first of all, it has many similarities to the Latvian staging, with some shadows, black and white. I'm not sure whether even Latvia gonna qualify. That's another story we're gonna get through in few minutes. But yeah, I just relying on that Malta is not a strong televote country. So we have jury. I think jury will really appreciate that. Even might be even beyond their expectations. But in televote, I'm not that positive. I think some people might like this kind of romantic 50s, 60s genre with some strings. I think that on paper, I should also be one of the fans of that one, but I don't know, something there don't feel really authentic for me for some reason. And also, yeah, regarding the awning order, so it's just after Albania, and I think to be honest, it will be rare to have to be in a world where both Albania and Malta qualify. I think one of them canceled the another. With Albania, they have some Balkan with them, they have diaspora. Malta, I can't really say they have something like that. On the other end, I can say that Malta has really great staging. Let's not ignore that one. And probably Malta has more guaranteed points in the jury due to the genre somehow, but it's not certain as well. So it's a wide prediction. The reason why I put it as non-qualifier because I got 11 entries to be stuck in, and I have to give up on someone. I can reveal for me it was between Cyprus and Malta, to be honest. But as for now, I went with Cyprus. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But that's why I can see it as a non-qualifier. But let's see. Who knows? All right. So we remained with two countries, if I'm not wrong. That one of us thinks will qualify, another one. So those two countries are Armenia, performing in position number 6, and Latvia performing in position number 9. Vani, can you reveal who of those two is your qualifier and why?
Yes, it was a very difficult decision to make. While I was making my predictions, I was so confused on the last spot, especially. I was between Armenia, Latvia, Malta, and Switzerland. And I do think the lucky charm for me was Latvia. Uh, I believe that Latvia has started to become a, a solid country in Eurovision in the last few years. Same thing applies for Armenia, of course, but I tend to believe that unfortunately Armenia will stay out due to the jury lack of support, and Latvia will have that support. The song has a very deep message. It's in Latvian language, which is a bonus as well. And remember last year they came second in the semi-final with the mysterious vibe of Latvian elements. So I do believe it can get some support in this year as well. Not that much, but still enough to qualify. It can be a definite non-qualifier, mainly due to the songs that come up next: Denmark, Ukraine, Australia. But on the other hand, I'm pretty sure it can get some points from United Kingdom, from some countries that usually vote for Latvia, and Norway, could be Denmark, even Australia, Ukraine. I don't know. So yeah, it's on the very narrow for Armenia, but now I tend to favor Latvia instead of Armenia with a very small difference.
Mhm. Yeah, so if we're relying only on personal taste, I prefer Latvia over Armenia. Let's be safe from now on. But I'm just a bit afraid Latvia won't make it. First of all, like the song is really good one, and I see some fans really liking that one and supporting one. Some people might have even said that it might be the Tomato Devska of this season. That many people like don't really sure that she will even qualify, or even Alika, or I don't know. Alika from Estonia, I mean. But yeah, I'm a bit afraid because Latvia hasn't done that good in all recent years. Tomatoes has done amazingly, second in semi, as you told. And Don also has qualified even against all the odds in some cases, because in the odds it was towards the bottom. But yeah, I just think that both of them as competed in strong semis, but not as strong as that one. Does it make sense? I mean, that semi is not only that strong, but countries are really, some of them are exactly on the same level. So it's really hard to distinguish who goes in and who won't. Um, Another thing that bothers me here, not bothers, but why I'm afraid to say they will qualify, and I tend to say they won't qualify, it's running order. I think they got one of the least favored running order here that could have been suggested, because uh, they have Cyprus before them, and Cyprus is a bold entry that, let's suppose that it will be executed well enough. I can't say, but most importantly, sorry, they are followed by Denmark, Australia, and Ukraine, and I think those three for sure are going to the final. So I think like we can't have a sequence of such five songs in the middle of the show that all of them will qualify. So I don't know. By the way, if Cyprus like somehow doesn't do it that well, then maybe Latvia might steal its position in the final. That's how I see it. So I think Latvia is an amazing song, excellent singer. I like it a lot. It's in my top 10, I can reveal. But as for now, I'm a bit afraid. Also, they don't have some of their diaspora or friendly voting. We don't have Lithuania and Estonia here. We do have the UK, although, but we don't have Ireland. So yeah, Georgia also votes for them somehow sometimes. They are not here. Poland. So yeah, it's not it won't be an easy story for them. I really like Atvara. I hope she's in, but I just think that she might do good with jury, not enough with televote, and jury might spread their points on many other entries. So that's a wild decision. All right, the last one is Armenia. So as you guys have already understood, I think Armenia will qualify, and Vani doesn't think so. I will start maybe. I think that this, while I don't really in love with that song, I can't omit the fact that it can do really good with the televote. Uh, it's a bit of kind of like Karia Euro Papa in all of those songs, or let's call them the entertaining songs. The video clip was interesting, so I believe they will do something interesting on stage. Also, Armenia usually does good with the televote, especially after their comeback in 2022. So yeah, I think that that kind of song, it's actually those that usually do well, or not do well, but let's say that usually qualify at least. I do see, Vani, your justification from previously that probably jury won't like it that much. I can see it as well, but I think that in the overall combination, it might help them. So as for now, I'm mostly saying yes rather than no. But yeah, Armenia is a bit of open question because we have seen only one performance of him in one of the prep parties. We do know he knows really how to move really good because he's a professional dancer as well. Um, Warping up that thing, I just think that he has also uh, enjoys actually from a really good position in running order. It's followed by Switzerland, which is a different one. Before him, we have France, which is a strong one, no, and Czechia. But my point is that all of them are really different from that one. So as an upbeat televote pleaser, it might do well. So that's why I think Armenia is in. Vani, why do you think Armenia might not qualify?
Yeah, I will follow your word, might, because I'm actually so confused about that one either. Uh, I have a bad streak of predicting Armenia's fate in the Eurovision because I said both in 2024 and 2025 it will not qualify, and they qualified. And this is the third year in a row I'm going to do the prediction. I don't have anything against Armenia to begin with. I love Armenia, but I do believe that now we have jury in the semifinal. It's kind of tacky for the jury voters. I wouldn't add it to the same at the same category as Greece, which also has a great jury appeal potential. And I'm not sure. The fact they could get more televote points, but now they have also Azerbaijan in the semifinal. That's a definite zero from both jury and televote from them. And also many countries aren't really voting for Armenia usually in the show, like Norway, Denmark. So I'm not very sure about how Armenia could do even at the televoting, to be honest. It will definitely do better in televotes than the jury, but still I believe it could be the 11th or 12th place in the semifinal, but he definitely knows how to sell the song. So I could leave a qualification window open for sure. It could easily take Latvia's spot, sadly, or even Norway's spot in some weird scenario, or even Bulgaria. I can imagine anything at this moment if depends on the performances. But now, for now, I do believe that Armenia will be the unlucky one.
All right. So thank you for watching. This is what we think on semifinal two. It was a really hard one to predict, I must say, on personal level, and I'm not sure on my predictions at all. But we wanted actually to deliver something at least. For sure, we're gonna revisit this one once we have the rehearsals. So tell us in the comments below who is your top 10 for that semifinal. What is your guess or your prediction for those who will make it to the final? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel right here below to get notified on each new video we'll have and give us a like. In addition, you can find us on ecb.com, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and basically everywhere we're here for you. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.